In this video, I'm going to be repairing this late 2011 13-inch Apple MacBook Pro. Now this is not my machine. This was actually sent to me by somebody and they wanted me to repair it. I don't exactly know what's wrong with this. It doesn't look like there was much water damage, but there does look like there is some in that that corner right there. But basically this machine does not turn on. Now, what's quite interesting about this is it actually sort of powers on, but sort of doesn't. Let me go ahead and plug it in and show you what I mean here. So you can see that the light comes on in the MagSafe, but the fan does not spin and the machine appears to be dead. However, the hard drive is actually on right now. It is spinning and you can hear it spin up when I plug in the system. So once again, the fan is off. The optical drive doesn't make any noise. It doesn't boot or chime or anything. The CPU doesn't get warm, but the hard drive does spin up. So let me go ahead and unplug that right quick, and let's go ahead and let you listen to that. So I don't know if you could hear that, but the hard drive is spinning right now, but the machine is completely dead. So we're just going to go ahead and take the logic board out of this chassis, and then we're just going to go ahead and see if I can't figure out what's wrong with it. So let me get it disassembled and I will resume the video. Alright, so as you can see here, I've just removed the logic board from the chassis, and I've gone ahead and already done a little bit of testing on it, and I found that the issue possibly is this IC right here. Now this on the schematic is U7200, and it is responsible for producing the PP3V3_S5 rail. Now, the 3.3 volt S5 rail is actually present on the board, but the reason I think this chip might be bad is because it is not producing the P5V3V P good rail for the SMC, and that basically tells the SMC that this rail is present and that it should continue to provide power to the board. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to go ahead and replace U7200 with an IC from a different board, from another dead logic board, and we're going to go ahead and see if that works. So I'm going to go ahead and put my camera in the tripod and we'll begin the process of replacing the chip. So I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I've just removed the chip. So now we'll go ahead and get the other board up here, and we will begin soldering it on. Alright, so just like before, we'll go ahead and start by applying some flux to the chip. Like so, and we'll go ahead and heat it up. Alright, so you can see I've removed the old chip now. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is take the soldering iron, and I'm just going to smooth down the residual solder there. Alright, so that should be about good, and now we just have to take the new chip, align it properly, and just solder it on. Alright, so that looks like it's about good. So now we'll just go ahead and plug it in, test it, and see if it works. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I've just been looking over the board some more. Replacing this component did not actually fix the issue. It still exhibited the same problems afterwards. However, after looking around the board a bit, I noticed up here it kind of looked a little bad in this area, and specifically this current sensing resistor looked really corroded and rusty. Now I measured it with the multimeter and it actually measured 0 ohms like it's supposed to, but after I ended up replacing it, that fixed the issue. The machine now works perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in real fast here, and I'll show you that the fan does indeed turn on and spin. So let me go ahead and plug it in. And look at that, the machine is now on, the fan is spinning, and it is more than likely working just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this machine back up to the chassis and the screen and whatnot, and we will go ahead and give it a full test and see if it turns on and boots. So I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, I have now installed the machine in its chassis. So now we'll go ahead and turn it on and see if it boots up. Go ahead and plug it in there. Go ahead and press the power button. And the light's on. And it starts right up. So let me go ahead and hold down the option key. I did put in a different hard drive with an OS on it. So we'll go ahead and boot off that. And once it goes ahead and boots up, I will go ahead and resume the video. Alright, so as you can see, the machine has booted up. Here are the specs right here. And this is actually an early 2011 MacBook Pro, not a late 2011 like I initially thought. But yeah, as you can see, it is working just fine. All the animations are smooth. The system runs just fine. The brightness works. It runs off battery as well, as you can see. Runs just fine. So yeah, that has been the repair of this early 2011 13-inch Apple MacBook Pro. Hope you enjoyed this video.